Why am I staying in an RV dealer lot overnight? Well, I can't believe it finally broke. After 5 years of ownership, living in the van now for 4.5 years full time, 118,000 miles, and hundreds of hours of use, my awning has finally given up the ghost. It busted. But wait, there's more. Before I show you the more, I just want to clarify something. What happened with the awning is the motor and the awning burned out. I was not a victim of the self-deploying, Bluetooth-enabled Carefree awnings that have plagued many Travato owners. That is not my problem. I actually wore the damn thing out. But what I'm going to show you is this, because this was the next big problem. I can't believe this didn't happen sooner. It just boggles my mind how well this thing is put together, because I punished my van, Miss Lily, and I have since delivery of October 2018. My name is Scott. Thanks for watching today. Really appreciate you taking this video in. My problem resides right back here. And that would be right here. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to see if you can see it. It's hot here in September. I'm going to give you just a minute to look to see if you can find the problem. And I'm going to show it to you. You see it? Okay, hold still, you're right. Yeah, it finally separated. I overloaded my cabinet, weight-wise, with bourbon. How many van life people do you know that overloaded their van cabinetry with too many bottles of bourbon? I don't know any. Let me tell you about this a little bit and what I'm going to do to solve it, because it's pretty cool. We'll start with the awning situation. Again, this is not a Bluetooth failure where we had to do a recall, because I don't have that newer version of the Carefree awning. The switch was fine. My dealer, Winnebago Motor Homes in Rockford, Illinois, spent a good deal of time trying to troubleshoot what the problem is. They finally discovered that it was the motor, and that is how we're solving that today. I'll get into that in a minute. What happened back here is all of my bourbon collection, well, most of it, because I have some in here. I have some in here, and I've got some down there in the hidden safe. Is this cabinet. I had the bourbon stretching from this end of the cabinet all the way to about here, and it frankly was just overloaded. And what has occurred is there's two screws, 1, 2, and if you can feel behind, I know you can't, but I can. Can I get the camera back there? What do you think? Barely. Those two screws put into this piece of wood, and that's what held this together. How we're going to solve this is I'm going to empty the cabinet. I'm actually going to take all of the bottles out, because I don't know how much this weighs, and we're going to weigh them on the scale, and we're going to try to kind of figure out how much weight I had in this cabinet up here. It's probably overloaded. What I did for a temporary measure until I got back to Winnebago Motor Homes in Rockford, Illinois, is I separated the booze, so the weight is now better distributed at the more anchor points. To solve this, what they're going to do is remove these, push this together, because it does push up. Can you see that? Yeah, just barely. It'll move a lot better when it's empty. They're gonna put different screws in with some wood glue, and then put an L bracket in this way, so this will support more. I'll ask them to do the same up here so it just supports more, because I'm not getting rid of this. We just need to strengthen the cabinet. But again, I can't believe how many thousands of miles, probably 30,000 miles, since this has been full of bourbon. Let me show you how many states I've been through lately on rough roads and smooth roads. So since February of 2023, this is being recorded in the beginning of September 2023. I've traveled Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Idaho, Washington, Montana, South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Michigan is where it's separated. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to empty the cabinet, and I'm going to stack the booze kind of in here, and then we're going to weigh. I'm going to put a number of bottles on the scale at once to see how much weight was up there. I'm kind of curious too. And by the way, if you like bourbon, we're getting ready to hit the Bourbon Trail. This being September, is mid-September, is the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I'm going to that, and I'm spending most of September in the state of Kentucky. We're hitting the Bourbon Trail, and I'm going to show you a lot of history about Kentucky because it's one of the most amazing states, one of my top 5 for sure. So you don't want to miss a single video. Subscribe to the channel, thumb up, and let's empty the cabinet. You're right. It's quite a haul. Let's count them, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 bottles of lovely bourbon. Which one's your favorite? I've got 2 bottles of Blanton's. That's pretty special. Collecting the horses, right? This one I just discovered recently. So delicious. This was a Harvest Host. Pretty good. I just discovered this one. Where are you hiding? Wild Turkey. I'm looking for you. Wild Turkey. Right here. Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Oh yeah, that was really, really nice. Discovered that in Kankakee, Illinois. And I have a bottle of Wild Turkey 12-year. You might be wondering why I have such a big bourbon collection that it broke my cabinet. Well, I like the bourbon, no doubt about that. But when we get together at our Vanbury campouts, Vanburys as I call them, I share this. These are tastes from the road. Every bottle has a story. Every bottle has history. Every bottle adds to the fellowship of my van life with you. So when you get to join us at a Vanbury, we get to pull out some of these bottles and then we do tastings. So you can taste the difference between the different bourbons. All right, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put the scale on the floor. I've got a book we're gonna put over the top to have a even bit of weight distribution. I've selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the fullest bottles. Peerless, yum. And we'll see if we can get this thing to register. What is this one? Woodford Reserve, 5 malt. Oof. There's the Rare Breed. This is McLaren's Reserve. That was a gift from an audience friend. Thank you, John. 5 Trail. Oof. Unopened. I need more van friends. Red 4 Roses. Love that. We're getting to nothing yet. All right, let's keep going. This Whiskey Acres Harvest Host, DeKalb, Illinois. Very cool. And then we've got, this is Garrison Brothers. These are near Lukenbach, Texas. This is a pretty expensive bottle of booze, about $200. We getting anything? No. So what I'm going to do is kind of park you right here, like that on the edge of the table. I'm going to just give the book a lift and just see if I can set it down without spilling anything. And see if we can get a consistent reading. One more time. Lift book. There it goes. Will that do it? Not yet. Maybe if I just give it a little touch. What do you think? Well, let's try something else here. There, we got it. 26 pounds. 26 pounds for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles. So let's do the math. So we know that 8 bottles approximately weighs 26 pounds. And I had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 bottles. So if I divide 26 divided by 8, that gives me 3 waypoints I'm a math major, you know. Which means that those bottles of booze equaled 75 pounds of weight in that cabinet. Plus the clothes, which obviously don't weigh a whole lot, but that's pretty impressive. And again, what's stunning is that I've been carrying an overloaded and off-balance weighted cabinet for over 30,000 miles. How many states was that? So when people talk about the quality of Winnebago, you know, I just got to kind of scratch my head and figure out what are you talking about? Because, again, 5 years ownership, 4.5 years of living in this van, this thing's pretty bulletproof, let me tell you. How do you feel about it? But I'm pretty impressed. I'm impressed with my bourbon collection. I'm just saying. So let me talk about the solution and what we're going to do about this problem. First of all, when I rolled into Winnebago Motor Homes, Rockford, Illinois, it's kind of an annual pilgrimage. We do a roundup here. I just like to expose this family-owned Winnebago-only dealer. This is where I bought my Travato back in June of 2018. Took delivery in October 18. These guys are just the most amazing. Not just to me, because I'm somebody special. I'm really not. But if you talk to any of their customers, they get treated the same way that I do. Happy to say that today is installation day of the awning motor. So I'll be able to use my awning again. It's been inoperable for about 3 months, and I use my awning all the time, mostly for shade. On the separation, as I alluded to earlier, what they're going to do is I'm going to empty the cabinet. They're going to push this together, screw it, glue it, put an L bracket top and bottom, and that will allow me to have more stability back there. But I'm pretty impressed, just out of the factory, 5 years, holding 70, let's just round it up to 80 pounds in a cabinet that probably isn't designed to hold that much weight. So they're going to fix that for me today as well. So great news from the team. The van is out of the shop. Let's do a deploy of the awning. See if that works. I always like to check these before I leave. Out. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing. It's pretty windy, so I'm going to move right back in. But that has not happened in many months. Thank you, Winnebago. And Winnebago Motor Homes, Rockford, Illinois, I should say. So, and they fixed this really beautifully. Would never know it was even done. Had a boo-boo. And then they put a bracket back here for me, which is not standard equipment. Big old L bracket, 90-degree L bracket there, so that this has a lot more holding power, and they glued it. I can feel it. So this is really nice. So I'm going to pack everything up. Today is Wednesday, so that's a What's Up Wednesday. If you haven't joined us for What's Up Wednesday, that's my weekly RV show, helping you be a better camper in your van primarily, by bringing you topics. We bring guests. We've got KOA coming up. We've got Go Camp. If you're familiar with Outdoorsy, that's their competitor. We just have other van owners on helping, again, share their stories, share their tips and tricks, and help you be a better RVer in your camper van. So What's Up Wednesday, every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central. You don't want to miss that. And as always, I'm just really always glad to get back in the van. I'm going to put everything away. Everything fit really nicely right here. But let me put that away, and we'll call it a wrap. So everything fits pretty nice. This is the clothing section clearly. What I found is if I roll the pants, roll t-shirts, roll shorts, everything fits compactly and it's really space saving. I'm gonna give a big shout out to Kate Russo. She's the one that taught me this many years ago. So now we're gonna fill in the sides with the bourbon. You having fun yet? I'm so excited. And we'll save what could be the best for last. Next time we get together, we're having some of that. So this worked out really well. Getting split the collection. Clothes are in here. Really don't have any extra. Just a few little pieces. This is going to the trash. Great stuff, by the way. This bottle, I cannot separate myself from it. If you haven't seen my bourbon video, you want to know why this bottle is so special. In addition to the horse, right? Oh yeah. So really nice, really happy with this. Just a huge shout out again to Mick Franklin, the Franklin family, my home dealer, Winnebago Motor Homes, Rockford, Illinois. If you're looking for a van, looking for a Winnebago of any type, they sell only Winnebago, and they're about 90 minutes west of downtown Chicago. Hit them up. They are just the best folks, and many of you have bought from them, and you know it's not just me. They treat everybody like a YouTube star. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.